Kathmandu at night does not sleep quietly. It flickers under streetlights, sirens, rain, and the anger of a generation that feels betrayed. In tea shops, on buses, outside government offices, one question keeps returning. How long can a country survive when hope is treated like a privilege? Then, one independent voice steps into the noise. Before he became a national symbol, Buland Shah was not built by a party machine. He was a structural engineer, a rapper, and a political outsider who spoke in a language young Nepalis understood. Not polished slogans, not inherited power, just frustration, discipline, and a promise that the city could run differently. In 2022, Kathmandu watched something almost impossible happen. Volunteers moved through crowded streets with phones, posters, and belief. Students shared clips online. Young voters lined up with quiet defiance. Against the machinery of established parties, Buland Shah became mayor of Kathmandu as an independent candidate. For many, it felt like a crack in the wall, but victory was only the beginning. Kathmandu was no longer a campaign stage. It was a living test. Every road, permit, illegal structure, and angry official became part of the battle. Cameras followed city teams confronting encroachment and disorder. Supporters called it courage. Critics called it spectacle. The old system waited for him to fail. Still, something began to shift. Citizens who had stopped expecting anything from government started watching again. Youth planning to leave Nepal began asking a dangerous question. What if public office could actually serve the public? That question traveled beyond Kathmandu, to Pokhara, the Terai, and mountain villages beneath the Himalayas. Families were tired of unemployment. Farmers were tired of promises. Students were tired of corruption being explained as destiny. In this cinematic rise, Buland's image becomes bigger than one city. The mayor becomes a movement. The movement becomes a national demand for transparency, technology, education, infrastructure, and accountability, without party flags controlling every dream. The backlash grows louder. Television debates sharpen. Political veterans warn that emotion is not governance. Anonymous attacks spread online. Every speech is dissected. Every decision becomes a battlefield. But young people keep gathering, not because one man can save a nation, but because one moment can awaken it. Election night arrives like a storm over Kathmandu. Results flash. Crowds hold Nepali flags. Parents cry beside their children. In this hypothetical future, Buland Shah rises from independent mayor to Prime Minister of Nepal, not as a fairy tale, but as a warning to every corrupt official. The people were watching all along. And as morning breaks over the Himalayas, Nepal's story changes. It is no longer only about surviving the future. It is about building it.